What's up, Bulldogs? I'm Braden.
I'm Bella. I'm Ty.
I'm Gabby.
And these are your morning announcements. This week is BPA Spirit Week, and tomorrow is Adam Sandler Day. Wear your baggiest clothes.
If you want to be a counselor for JTI, sign-up forms are available in the office and are due Friday morning on February 23rd.
Track practice will be starting next Tuesday, and the Milton-Union Dance Marathon has been moved to February 23rd.
Fill out your letter of intent for CCP on these QR codes.
And this Friday, the Lost and Found is being taken away. Come get your stuff. If this is your cup, coffee-headed ninny muggins with some crusty stuff in it, come get it. Come get a jacket. It's cold outside. Happy Valentine's Day, Bulldogs.
Help me! I'll save you! I'll save you! Get this yearbook, it's $55 and the price goes up on March 1st. Alright, I'll buy it! Batteries not included.
What's up, Bulldogs? It's Madison and Savannah, and we have your weather. Today is a high of 45 and a low of 32. It's partly cloudy with 0% chance of rain. Have a great day, Bulldogs.
What's up, Bulldog Nation? Here's your daily sports report for today with BB Verner 23, Chuck, and Peyton. Alright, tomorrow, girls basketball team has their tournament game. It is at Covington, but they will be playing Anna. So be there and show some Bulldog spirit.
I got your top 10 men's college wrestling. Number 1, Penn State. Number 2, Oklahoma State. Number 3, Nebraska. Number 4, Iowa. Number 5, Iowa State. Number 6, Ohio State. Number 7, Missouri. Number 8, NC State. Number 9, Cornell. And number 10, Michigan.
And I got your top 10 WWE wrestlers of all time. Number 10, McFoley. Number 9, Rowdy Piper. Number 8, Macho Man, Randy Savage. Number 7, John Cena. Number 6, The Undertaker. Number 5, Ric Flair. Number 4, Hulk Hogan. 3, The Rock. 2, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. And 1, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
There's the daily sports report for today, Bulldogs. Have a great day.
What up, Bulldogs? I'm Braden, and this is DJ with your 3 facts of the day about Valentine's Day. First fact, California is a state with the most chocolates.
Your second fact is the first Valentine was written from a prison. And then your third fact is Cupid began as a Greek god. And then I have some famous birthdays. Shane Harper turned 30, Phil Lewis turned 55, and Simon Cowell's son Eric turned 9. Have a great day. Alright, what's up, Bulldogs? We got Silas, Big Lou, and Michael for you guys this day in history.
In 1898, the USS Maine was destroyed, leading to the Spanish-American War.
On 1929, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre took place. And in 1979, Leon Spinks beats Muhammad Ali for the World Heavyweight title.
Have a great day. What's up, Bulldogs? This is Mrs. Beiser with your joke of the day.
R.I.P. Boiling Water. You will be missed.
What is up, Bulldog Nation? It is Wednesday, so it's question of the day, and the question today is, do you remember, this is for the teachers, do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name? Easy for you, wasn't that long ago. And you will see, do they light up and get excited when I ask this question, or do they not remember because they didn't like kindergarten? So anyways, I like kindergarten. Mrs. Bodenstein, little lady, not much bigger than the kindergartners. Mrs. Bodenstein, Trotwood, I went to elementary school in Trotwood, so we'll see what everybody else says. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
I don't remember my kindergarten teacher.
No, that's the question. You can't give me a first or second grade.
I don't remember any of my teachers' names before 4th grade, only because her name was Mrs. Boring, so.
Gotcha. Did it fit?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Sí, Rosa.
Rosa?
Sí.
Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Yes. I was homeschooled, so it was my mom.
Oh, your mom. Okay. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Yeah, Mrs. Kress. The aide was Mrs. Baker. That was an easy one.
Mrs. Boggs.
Mrs. Boggs. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Yes. Miss Crow.
Mrs. Crow.
No, I do not remember.
Nope.
Yes, Mrs. Hager.
Mrs. Hager. Oh, that's right, Mrs. Hager.
No, I
Nope.
don't remember.
No. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Nope. Yep. Miss Pinkerton.
Miss Pinkerton, okay. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Yeah, I believe so. Mrs. Vanetta, I believe.
Mrs. Van Atta?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's.
Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name? It's okay if you don't.
Mrs. Ramus was my first grade teacher.
No, kindergarten. Kindergarten's the question. The answer is no, Mrs. Pratt does not. That's okay. You're not the only one. You're not the only one.
Seriously?
Yeah, there's several.
My gosh.
Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Mrs. Whites.
Mrs. what?
Whites.
Whites. Okay.
If I did.
Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Mrs. Farrar. And her daughter married my brother-in-law. And they live across the street from me.
Very good. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
No, not a chance. First teacher I remember is a 5th grade teacher.
Okay.
That's Kife.
Is it?
Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Yeah, man, Mrs. Farrar, the best ever.
That's who Miss Bryson had.
I do not remember. They were at Franklin Elementary called Gerke Elementary. That's all I know.
Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Mrs. Ryle. Mrs. Miller. She was the best. She loved whales.
Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Yeah, it was Mrs. Henry.
Mrs. who?
Henry.
Mrs. Henry.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Oh, Miss Marshall.
Miss Marshall?
Yeah. No. My first grade teacher was Miss Miller.
No, kindergarten.
Don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
No.
Okay. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
No.
Yeah, I had Mrs. Farrar in kindergarten.
Mrs. Black.
Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Mrs. Thaker.
Mrs. Thaker?
Mrs. Jones.
Is that true or are you making that up?
That is true.
That
is true.
Mrs. Jones sounds kind of a pretty common name and you couldn't think of something. Okay.
I think it's I'm pretty sure it's Mrs. Jones.
Okay. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Yes, Mrs. Knudsen.
Okay. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Mrs. Farmer. She was the best.
Mrs. Farmer, very good.
She's terrific.
Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Yeah, Miss Nan. Miss Nankinville.
Miss Nankinville. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
I do, Mrs. McDowell.
Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Yes.
Who was it?
Mrs. Borchers.
Mrs. Borchers?
Yes, Mrs. Dickey.
No.
Nope.
Sorry.
Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Mrs. Fisher.
What'd you think of Mrs. Fisher?
Got a whack on the first day of kindergarten, so it was rough going for a while.
Was it well deserved?
Yeah, I was talking.
Okay.
That's how it used to be.
That's right, back in the day.
No talking.
Okay.
Ever.
Gotcha. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher's name?
Yeah, her name was Miss Cobb.
No. I
Nope.
don't remember.
No.